News you can use. Welcome back to today's News You Can Use with Lotus Shashay and the remarkable Hillary Gooden. Today's topic is going to challenge you to challenge yourself to improve your lymphatic system by learning the lymphatic bounce. So go ahead, like, share, and start a watch party and really tell somebody that we have more news that you can use on how to use the lymphatic bounce in your life to enhance your health every day. Welcome back to News. Hey there, and welcome back to the show. This is your girl Lotus Shashay and my cohort
Hillary Gooden. That's me.
and you know what? She is somebody to know. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So, Hillary, I'm so happy that we're back again to do the show. It's been a phenomenal year thus far, helping people. Well, not us helping people, but people helping themselves to a healthier way of life. So I know tonight we've got a great topic, and you want to tell folks a little bit about what we're going to be talking about?
We're going to be talking about the lymphatic system and the lymphatic bounce. What is it all about? Why you ought to be bouncing.
All right, fantastic. And tonight, folks, we've got some secret sauce that we're going to share with you because, Hillary, I found out that everybody don't have a trampoline, and some people don't feel as comfortable on a trampoline. So we found an alternative for people who want to bounce but don't have a trampoline or feel a little nervous on the trampoline. So with that being said, let's dive right into a couple of quick things. First and foremost, I want to say hi to Daisy. She's joining us. Where are you coming in from, Daisy? Let us know. Good to see you.
Hi, Daisy.
All right. That's my sister. That's right. Like, share, start.
That's my sister.
Angela's with us. Hill, where's she coming in from?
Angie coming in from DC.
Whoop, whoop. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So we are getting ready to begin the show, and we want to let you know we're super happy. We're super thankful that you are here with us tonight. And tonight we are talking about the lymphatic bounce, why it's important, how it's going to improve your health, and the simple things that you can do to improve your health. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, and go and tell somebody that Lotus Shashay and Hillary Gooden is on the box, and we are hot to start the show off tonight. And when you come in, what should they do, Hillary?
Tell us where you're coming in from. We're going to be able to shout you out.
Yes, yes. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back and get this party started with the lymphatic bounce.
All right.
We have more bounce to the ounce. We'll be right back. If you're an entrepreneur and you are ready to live the dream in 2021, well, come on and get on board with the visibility strategist herself, the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people, the phenomenal Patricia Rogers, as she presents Entrepreneurs Living the Dream 2021. It's an online event that you don't want to miss. There will be several opportunities for public speakers, public TEDx speakers. You heard it right. Public TEDx speakers. Starting on February 25th, 2021, June 24th, 2021, October 21st, 2021, April 22nd, 2021, and August 26th, 2021. You don't want to miss this. Get at her at info@patriciarogers.com, info@patriciarogers.com, where Unity in Service, where people need people. All right, and we are back. I'm super excited to be here with all of you joining us here tonight. Make sure you like, share, start a watch party, run, and tell somebody. And when you share, let us know where you're sharing to, who you're sharing with, because that's super important. And Hillary, let's go ahead and get this party started while we have folks coming in, and then we'll take a quick break and then come back to our folks that's coming in. And I see people coming in from all over Georgia, Florida, New Jersey, Vermont, everywhere. So fantastic. So Hill, let's get this party started. First of all, I know you're a lymphologist, and many people are bouncing all over the world because of some of the things that you've shared on News You Can Use and even on your own personal show. Teaching people the importance of the lymphatic system. So I really wanted to ask you before we even get started, what inspired you to become a lymphologist?
Inspired me. What inspired me to become a lymphologist, once I found out that that working your lymphatic system can actually change your life. I mean, in some cases can change it from some serious illnesses to better health by bouncing on a mini trampoline. I thought, this is for me. I have got to know more about this. And I just went all in.
Awesome. Awesome. So when you first went in, was it like really hard to do, or how was it? Because I had really never heard too much about the lymphatic system until I met you.
Yeah. So the first part about it was learning about the lymphatic system. Once I found out that there is such a thing as the lymphatic system. I was being interviewed the other day, and the lady said, I never knew that there'd be a lymphatic system. I said, exactly. She said, let alone a lymphologist. What is that?
Yes.
So so once I found out that we got this key system in our body that's not really taught about even in the medical schools, I thought, wow, that's crazy. And the guy that Dr. West, who studied the lymphatic system and the secret of he like unlocked a key that the other lymphologists didn't have. And when he unlocked that, they were like, wow, this makes so much sense. And so I just got all in learning, even getting into some of the technical stuff about the lymphatic system that was all just blowing my mind. But the main thing was that anybody can do it by bouncing lightly, gingerly, gently on a mini trampoline, or else doing different breathing techniques can do the same, can give you the same effect. Wow. I just, I was totally inspired by a lot of the testimonies, people that I had either heard about directly that was going through his program. Some people coming back from some very serious illnesses where their doctors have given up on them and their health was turned around by one of this main thing here, and finding out that even in cancer treatment, holistic cancer treatment, they incorporate bouncing on a mini trampoline because they understand the importance of working the lymphatic system.
Wow. I think that so many people didn't understand it's Dr. Carl West, right?
Dr. Samuel C. West.
Samuel C. West. Okay. I really don't think they were really ready for Dr. West when he came along and talked about the lymphatic system, because for a long time, most people, including myself, most people, we were focused on like the bones, the ankle bone connected to they taught us that in school, but they really didn't teach us about the lymphatic system.
Yeah. Most people, when I mention the lymphatic system, they go, oh, well, I know about lymph nodes. So we hear mostly about lymph nodes because of cancer treatment. Exactly. Or, having cancer in your lymph nodes or something. So that's most people's understanding. But when you really understand the lymphatic system's purpose, when it's not activated and it's not acting, it's not in action as it should be, you end up with a buildup, of cellular waste and different fluids and trapped blood proteins that should be circulating through the body or else being removed from the body.
Mm-hmm.
When the lymphatic system is not doing its part, there's going to be a backup because
Right.
there's going to be some, stagnation, and that backup, and then this buildup.
Right.
And wherever that's going on, if it happens in the eyes, they call it glaucoma. If it's
Right.
happening in the joints, they call it arthritis. Depending on where they've given it all kinds of names. But that's basically, when you break it down, all of these different conditions down to its most common denominator is inflammation.
Right. Right.
And this is what happens when it's not working properly.
I wanted to share something with our folks as they come in. When we talk about inflammation, because most people don't even know how the body works. They don't know, they've never seen the lymphatic system. So very quickly, we just wanted to share the lymphatic system with you. And so before we get really right into it, because we've got some questions we're going to talk to you about tonight, but I really wanted to ask Hillary some questions because Hillary don't get in the hot seat too much. So
this is the hot seat tonight.
In the hot seat, and I'm gonna take this down for now. I wanted to put Hillary in the hot seat because the fact of the matter is that oftentimes lymphologists are not really seen on various shows around the world, unless they're like, have made some huge discovery or something like that. So I wanted to really get a little more personal with Hillary and get a little more secret sauce with Hillary to find out why she even got involved in it. And then to ask some things that average doctors may not tell you because they're not focusing on the lymphatic system. They're focusing on the symptoms of what's going on. And then they're trying to give you a regimen to take to treat the symptom and not the root cause. And from what I'm hearing, the lymphatic system, when you really study the lymphatic system, it will help you get to the root cause of oftentimes what's going on with you. Is that even close to being right, Hillary?
That's absolutely right. And any other art of, how can you say, the healing arts, like yoga and I don't know. Can't even think of some of the name, but some of the different healing arts are still trying to get to this main thing right here. They could benefit from this piece of information.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight, folks, come on in. Put a number 5 in the comment block below. Put a number 5 in the comment block below if you're ready to know a little bit more about your lymphatic system. And we got some special sauce for you tonight. We're gonna teach you a lymphatic pinpoint method that we found online, okay? And we're going to tell you guys about it. We're going to do the exercise with you right here. And then we're going to tell you guys a couple of things that you can do to help yourself if you are having lymph problems. And we're also going to share some other things with you about the lymphatic system in regard to swelling and how to reduce swelling and things of that nature. So I double dog dare you to come on in. I know you guys are starting to put some 5s. We see Mary Jo, Alicia, we see you. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. And in the time that we are gone and come back, we want you to like, share, start a watch party, and go and tell somebody. Why, Hillary?
Because that's what you got to do. You got to let the people know so they can come on in here. You got some good news.
So they can come on in here and learn with you. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. See you in a second. Rugger Wellness. We all know that drinking water helps you replenish your body's fluids. We developed the kind of drinking water, they did, naturally plus that is. It helps to build your immune system and gives you the opportunity to expand your stream of income. So you can be a part of our family Hello and welcome back to News You Can Use with Lotus Richey and the remarkable Hillary Gooden, the lymphologist herself, the queen of the lymphatic bounce. And tonight we are sharing with you all over the world how you can use the lymphatic bounce to help you reduce swelling and reduce pain in the body. Come and join us tonight as we talk about the lymphatic bounce. Lotus Richey and Miss Hillary Gooden, right here. You can use. Welcome to the show. And let us know where you're streaming it from. News you can use. All right, and we are back here.
Right.
Let's go ahead and see who we got with us on the show tonight. I think we saw Daisy earlier. Hey, that's my sister. Good to see you.
Hey,
And I think
Daisy.
she's going to let us know where she's streaming in from. Who else do we have with us tonight?
We have Mary Jo coming on in, one of our guest co-hosts. Hey, Mary Jo. Yay.
Mary Jo, the fabulous Camille Robb, all the way from Florida.
Hey, fabulous.
And Daisy says hello from Asheville and in New Jersey and Georgia.
Right.
Say hello to all those folks there. And yes, we want to give a special shout out to the folks from Edgefield, South Carolina. I got news today that they've been watching our show. They're very happy and pleased with what we're doing, and they're learning a lot from News You Can Use. And also a special shout out to the people in Baltimore. Baltimore has come out and said, hey, we love what you guys are doing. You guys always put out great information every week. And we are so thankful for those in Baltimore. We have Florence, South Carolina, that have reached out to us and let us know that we're doing great work. So we thank you. We appreciate you. Who else we got, Hill?
We got, who is that? I got to get a little closer. That's Phyllis Weaver coming in from North Carolina. Hey, Miss Phyllis.
All right. And she said she shared. So thank you for sharing. Yes. We appreciate it. And hey, she's got something else she said. Hill?
I'm on my phone tonight. So these words are really tiny tonight. So it says,
she needs some super lutein, y'all. Super lutein. And Izumi.
Yeah. That's right. And I got, I got some.
All right.
They know about lymph nodes and glands, but people don't know about it.
Yes, yes. Yeah. All right. And we had several fives come up. So thank you so much. Miss Harris, thank you so much for being there. Angie said, I'm excited to learn more about the lymphatic system. Mary Jo put her 5 in. Alicia, she put her 5 in. Great to see you, Alicia. Thank you. She says, Spencer, okay, is Oklahoma. Okay, fantastic.
Oklahoma, hey.
We got Miss Harris in from Jackie Harris in from Arizona. Happy to have you here. Happy to see you tonight. So let's get right back into it. So we're going to put the lymphatic system right up here for you. And we're going to talk a bit more about our topic tonight, the lymphatic bounce, with none other than the queen of the lymphatic bounce herself, Miss Hillary Gooden, my co-host. So Hillary, let's talk a little bit about what the lymphatic system is.
Okay, the lymphatic system is a series of vessels that go from your brain, top of your head, all the way down to the bottom of your feet. And the purpose of the lymphatic system is to carry away from your cells anything that's trapped, any trapped blood proteins, trapped fluids, trapped cellular waste. Keep it moving, keep it moving. And so that's its purpose. And it's there to work in conjunction with your circulatory system, your nervous system, your digestive system. What other systems we got? Your I already said
cardiovascular.
Hypervascular, right. So it's there to work with all the other systems of the body. And so it's very key and essential.
All right. Fantastic.
That's what you want me to tell you right now?
No, I think that's good. I think everybody kind of got that. And I'm going to leave that up there so that you can know what it is. So let me tell you about the major components of the lymphatic system if you missed it, because I think, Hillary, you really nailed it. You gave them a clear and concise concept of what it is. So I'm going to put this up here just so that you all can see it. So if you're not sure, you'll know. So the major components of the lymphatic system include the lymph, the lymphatic vessels, and the lymphatic organs that contain lymphoid tissues. Lymphatic vessels are structures that absorb fluid that diffuses from the lymphatic system into the rest of the body, as Hillary shares. So Hillary, I think you were right on with that. And I think some people may want to know what organs make up the lymphatic system. So we're going to share with you what organs make up the lymphatic system. Matter of fact, before we give you guys the answer, if you know what organs make up the lymphatic system, we want you to take this 30 seconds and tell us what organs make up the lymphatic system. If you guess the organs, and I'll just say it may be 4 organs. If you guess, and we're going to put your name right up here, and you are going to be the hero for the week. You got 30 seconds. What organs make up the lymphatic system? You've got 24 seconds to let us know if you know what organs make up the lymphatic system. What does the lymphatic system do? What 4 organs make up the lymphatic system? What are they? We know that you must know. All right. So what 4 organs make up the lymphatic system? That's the question we have. Does anyone know? Hillary, I'm going to go ahead to the chat and see who knows. Let's see. Let me come on down. We got some Hey Divas, Florida's in the house. Hill, you want to read that? And I'm still looking to see if anyone knows.
Okay, it says, hello, good evening, folks. Have you, I know who that is. That's Nikki Hammond from Chicago. Have you swiped or shared this broadcast yet? Or did you start your own watch party? Nikki, we can always count on you. Thank you so much. Yay.
Yay. Nikki always doing her thing. So thank you so much, Nikki Hammond. We love to have you here. And so we're going to get right into this and share with you what 4 major organs make up the lymphatic system. Okay. First and foremost, these are them. Bone marrow, the spleen, the thymus gland, the lymph nodes, and the lymph node tonsils. Okay.
Yes.
And the tonsils.
Yes.
Okay. That makes up the lymphatic system. Okay. And so what we do is we gather information for you so that you will understand exactly what we're talking about. And so we look at places like myclevelandclinic.com, American Heart Association. We use different corporations like that, and we pay homage to them as we look this stuff up. And many of you can go right there out on Google. Okay, go right there out on Google, and we love to give Google some props because this is where we get some of our information from as well. It's right there, and you can go and check it out yourself. So Hill, let's get right into it. So we've shared with people what the lymphatic system is and what it does. Okay, so a lot of people think that the lymphatic system, it's a pumping mechanism. But earlier, I found that the heart actually pumps most of the fluids. And I want to know if the lymphatic system is a pump or not. So can you talk about this right here?
Yes, I can. Absolutely, I can. Well, this is the thing. The heart pumps the blood fluids. The lymphatic system pumps lymph fluid. There's 2 different fluids. The lymph fluid is clear, but it carries lymphocytes. The lymphocytes are like the little workers in there that when it's pumped properly, they're searching in through around your cells to try to find any buildup. so they can go in there. Any intruders, I like to call them,
Right.
viruses and toxins and stuff, to like the police of the of the system, to go in and get them from around there and carry them where they need to go, either
Right.
back. Because see, the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Take a pause. The blood is pumped by the heart
Right.
away from the heart and back to the heart.
Right.
What the doctors or the medical schools didn't believe was happening, that is happening. They did not believe that the blood proteins could slip between the capillaries,
Capillaries.
the blood capillaries, because they're so tiny.
Right.
They did not believe that they could slip through there and then get stuck. Which, when they found out, this is what Dr. West found out. They indeed do go in and out of the blood capillaries. But what happens sometimes, the blood protein and the water that will follow the blood protein out of the blood system will get trapped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a system. God has made a way for that. When it gets trapped, when the lymphatic system is working properly, it's there to suction and vacuum out that excess and get it back to the bloodstream, what needs to go to the bloodstream, and to the lymph nodes, what needs to go there, so that the white blood cells can break it down.
Right.
But when the lymphatic system is not doing this part, the blood is doing this part. The blood is carrying oxygen and nutrients to all your organs, all your cells. But sometimes they'll get stuck. They'll get trapped. And when that happens, the lymphatic system should be on guard.
Right.
But when it's not working properly, the trapped blood proteins and fluids and then cellular waste will get trapped, and it begin to build up. Well, as it builds up, you have swelling, inflammation, you have pain, you can't sleep, you lose your energy, you just feel listless, and you're sick at that point. So when we found, go ahead.
So basically, the lymph system is one of the systems that you must maintain to keep your body healthy, basically.
Absolutely. If your lymphatic system was to shut down in 12 hours, you would die.
Wow.
You would die. And I saw a 2020, I think I was watching some program like 2020 or something, and it was a gentleman on there who was talking about, he was in good health, he worked out, he ate good, and he went on a trip to from Las Vegas to wherever he went to a conference. Before he got ready to go to the conference, he started feeling really bad. He told the people at the hotel, please get me a taxi to take me to the emergency room, to your nearest hospital, because something's wrong with me. He went to the hospital, they checked him in, and they did a whole barrage of tests, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the man. They told him, sir, who is your next of kin? He said, my next of kin? They said, you need to get somebody here, because if we can't figure out what's happening, you're not going to last long. Who should we call? He had to call his daughter back home, and his fiance at the time, they had to fly in there that day, because when they got there, his systems were shutting down. I was watching it and I was thinking, his lymphatic system. And they kept on going with the program, and they finally said that they called in a specialist who he ran some tests, and he realized it was the lymphatic system. And he did whatever he did to get his lymphatic system working again, and he lived. That's a serious thing. It's very serious, your lymphatic system.
Yeah, it's very serious. And most people are not familiar with how the lymphatic system operates, how lymph fluid travels within the body. And sometimes even when they come on our show and they see these things, sometimes this is the first time that they're even seeing how things work. And we don't own the rights to the video, but this is credit to the website that we've taken this video from.
Yeah. So you have lymph nodes. Those are lymph nodes. And you have lymph nodes that are, like I say, you have in your feet, in your ankle, you have them like in your knees, Then in your groin area, you have lots of lymph nodes there. You have a lot of lymph nodes in your abdomen area. You have them in your joints, your elbows and stuff, but then you have a lot of them under your arm, and you have them in the breast area, or otherwise the chest area for men. You have them in your neck, and you have lots of lymph nodes in your face coming down to your neck. Yeah.
So let's get right into this. So since we've given people an overview of what the lymph system looks like, and I see we have people pulling in. Hey, BJ Hardaway McCord, good to see you. BJ says thymus, spleen, lymph nodes. All right, fantastic. That's great. Yeah. And what does Camille say, Hill?
Camille says, I am the pump. See, she remembered. I am the pump. I have to keep myself healthy so it can, what does that say? Keep working the right way. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So I want to go ahead and take another question that we already have, and then we're going to take one of the questions from our viewers. So let's go back and take one of the other questions that we already have. So Hillary, can you tell us about, we know that, it's not a pump, right?
Oh, I didn't get to that part. Okay.
Can you tell us about the lymphatic system does not have a pump? You are the pump. You talked about that. But also, can you tell us of how it can reduce inflammation, brain fog, and things of that nature in the body?
Okay, so you got this buildup in different areas. Depending on where it is, they've given it a name, pretty much. Whether it's those things that we mentioned there, they may be fibromyalgia, lupus, multiple sclerosis, all of these different names. So when you're bouncing or when you're activating your lymphatic system, we talked about the blood system has the pumping the fluid, the blood away from the heart and back to the heart. The lymphatic fluid only flows in one direction, and that's upward. It comes up in the body. So when you bounce, the number one way to activate your lymphatic system, at the bottom of the bounce, the check valves that are along the way of the vessels, they open up. And when they open up, it allows the lymph fluid to rush up through those vessels. It causes the vessels to be activated around your cells to vacuum out those things we were talking about, those excesses, those things that have gotten built up from around there, and cause it to go back where it should. Now, the trapped blood proteins and the trapped water from the blood goes back to the heart, goes back so it can be recirculated. The toxins and the waste goes to the lymph nodes, and that's where where the body will absorb them or otherwise eliminate them from the body. So when the lymphatic vessels can suction out what's been trapped, what's been built up, you're going to have, the first thing you're going to notice is you're going to have more energy. If you're dealing with pain, you're going to find that your pain is greatly reduced or else eliminated. All of these different symptoms you will find a great reduction in them as your lymphatic system is working and activated and being maintained. The swelling will go down because it's going to be reducing all of that buildup that's causing the inflammation. So you are the pump. The lymphatic system does not have a pump to pump that fluid upwards. Movement is key. You have to move. We were meant to move our bodies. Walking, breathing, just doing those simple things will activate your lymphatic system. Bouncing on a mini trampoline is doing what's known as, in my world, lymphasizing, or else a health bounce. That gentle bounce is enough to activate your lymphatic system and get it working. And you're going to feel much better overall. And whatever symptoms your body is dealing with, you'll be able to tell what benefits you're receiving. Everybody's different.
Awesome. So I looked earlier at this lymphatic system crash course, and the gentleman talks about the right lymphatic duct and how it's work in your torso, as well as the right arm and the right size of the head and the thorax, and how it feeds them. Okay. So the lymph fluid is being pushed throughout the body. But a question that we had earlier, Hill, was this, and it came from Miss Weaver. She wanted to know, how does the appendix basically work with the lymphatic system? And I'm going to bring her question up on here. How does the appendix fit in the lymphatic system?
You can have buildup around your appendix, you know, and when that happens, a lot of times, what do? They take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Your tonsils get a buildup. What do? They take them out. You need your appendix. You need your tonsils. You know, mm-hmm. The thing is they didn't understand the connection between the lymphatic system and what was happening. So they removed those things because they were a problem. But then that caused a greater problem, because now that part of your body that you need to filter toxins and different things is no longer there.
Right.
So it doesn't matter where it can be any organ that's experiencing a buildup, because in that area there's a buildup of the lymphatic fluids, of the toxins, or else cellular waste. Our cells are regenerating, you know, they're dying and we're building new ones all the time, every day. But they need to be circulated so that they can be absorbed by the body and not just stuck in one place.
So let me share something that I learned earlier too, from the crash course, and I just want to play this very quickly for all of you so that you can hear, and you don't have to, you know, kind of take it from me, but I'll let you hear this, so you can kind of hear what the doctors, because some people, they want to hear from these so-called doctors about what happens when the lymphatic system kind of fails. Because you talk about all the time, you talk about this, Hillary, that we don't want blockages in the lymphatic system. We want our lymphatic system to be in such a way whereas it's healthy and it's productive. But oftentimes, because of what we eat, the lack of exercise on a daily basis, it prevents us from having a very healthy lymphatic system. Hence, we experience blockages. And oftentimes, when we experience blockages, it has a significant problem on our body. So I'm going to go ahead and share this and let Doc talk about it in his crash course, the lymphatic system crash course, AMP number 44. So here goes.
That obstructs one of your vessels can be really dangerous, resulting in edema or swelling that can constrain blood flow and lead to serious complications. And finally, don't forget that your lymph also plays a key role in the function of your immune system. So you scrape your elbow and some bad stuff, like Staphylococcus bacteria that's covering your entire body right now, infiltrates some of the loose areal or connective tissue under your skin. Since that tissue is full of interstitial fluid that drains into your lymphatics, which ultimately drain to your heart, you're going to want to vanquish those bad guys before they have a chance to wreak any havoc. Whatever will you do? Well, this is where your lymph nodes come in. Your body's main lymphoid organs, the lymph nodes, are where your lymph gets close and regular inspection by its resident immune cells, lymphocytes. Depending on what kind of troublemaker they find in the fluid, the lymphocytes might trigger the release of resident macrophages to attack unwanted microorganisms, or they might activate the general immune system outside of the node if they need extra support. The details of how that happens we will get to next time, but
so, and we will talk about some details about that. But just like he said, you know, if if you don't take care of your lymphatic system, it can cause pain, it can cause brain fog, it can cause inflammation in the body, okay? And it can also cause your immune system to go down, okay? It can cause your immune system to go down. So with that being said, we've got some other comments here, and I hope Miss Hillary was able to answer your question, Miss Weaver. Let us know. Let us know if that helped you, because we want to help people to reduce inflammation, pain, brain fog, you know, and we want you to have increased energy. We want your immune system to be boosted. We want you to know how. And now many of you know that Hillary and I we don't own the rights to the video you just saw, but we are, how should I say, affiliates of Naturally Plus. And with Naturally Plus, we're going to take a sip and have some Izumio. And while we're taking a sip and having some Izumio, we'd like you to take a sip and have some Izumio or something that's good for you, live water. And we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back and get right back in to the show. Here we go. All right, and we are back. We are back, and we're going to go back to the doctor in one quick minute. But before we go back to the doctor, we are going to go back to a couple of our questions, and we definitely want to thank all of you for making sure you like, share, start a watch party. And Nikki said, make sure you don't forget to get your notebooks and your pens, because note takers are money makers. And I always tell all of you guys that. And Lori Gendiza is visiting from Hawaii. Good to see you, Lori. She says, when the lymphatic system becomes infected with cancer, does it spread the cancer throughout the person's body?
You know, the cancer, the lymphatic system is not necessarily spreading it, but if it's already in these different places, you know, you got your lymphatic system trying to do its job. I think sometimes now I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, okay? But I know when you hear people say, well, it's I know that they'll remove lymph nodes because they get affected, and they believe that that's helping to reduce the cancer. You know, it's helping in a way, but then it's not helping ultimately in the long run, right? Because you need all of those things to fight for you. So does it actually spread the cancer? I don't believe that it actually spreads the cancer. So, you know, that's not because the lymphatic system is there to help get rid of the cancer cells and help to get the cancer cells to the lymph nodes so that they can be absorbed by the body. But if they're overwhelmed, then that could be the problem. You know what I mean? You're trying to fix something that is a system that's overwhelmed. It can be a problem for it to be how can I say, to work efficiently. You know what I mean? Just like when you have a flood, you know, you say you got the sink there and everything, you know, when it's working, all of the water goes down in there like it should. You have trash. Well, I was trying to think of that earlier, Lotus. Trash
disposal.
The trash disposal in your sink, and you put your stuff in there. But if you overwhelm that thing, you're going to have a problem, and there's a buildup, a backup that is not going to work like it should.
Right.
Right. And so, you know, I don't believe that it actually carries the cancer, or just spreading it around the body as much as, you know, I don't have a total answer for you on that one. I'll just put it there.
Okay. And so I'll make a suggestion. I would say Michael Henry, he's a PhD and he talks about cancer, and he's from the University of Iowa health care. And I would say we can share some of his theories with you on metastasis, how cancer metastasizes. Okay, so let us share that with you because he is a PhD in his field, and this is a little excerpt from the University of Iowa. Okay, so we're going to share this with you, and then you can I hope this helps answer a little bit of your question. Here goes.
Hello, my name is Michael Henry. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Molecular Physiology and Biophysics and Deputy Director of Research for the Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center. Today I'm going to tell you about the process of metastasis. Metastasis is the spread of cancer from one site in the body to other sites and is responsible for the vast majority of deaths from cancer. The reason is that when cancer spreads into other organs, it can disrupt their function and cause life-threatening consequences. I'm going to tell you about an example of metastasis from prostate cancer, which is what my lab group works on, but it's applicable to many other types of tumors, such as breast and colon cancer. So the prostate is a small walnut-sized organ in males, and the process of metastasis begins when cancer cells that are growing inside of the prostate, and I'm just showing you a tiny bit of the prostate, which is one of the glands, the cancer cells begin to fill up the glands and eventually break through a natural barrier in the gland called the basement membrane. And when pathologists review samples of biopsy specimens for prostate cancer patients, they're actually looking for this sort of behavior. That allows the cancer cells to spread locally within the organ, and they can even escape the organ and migrate into adjacent tissues. A second type of spread comes from when the cancer cells invade lymphatic vessels, and that they can make their way to lymph nodes in and around the prostate. And this is one of the reasons that when surgeons remove the prostate, they often take away lymph nodes as well to determine whether the cancer has spread there. But by far the most devastating consequences of prostate cancer metastasis are when it spreads to other organs, such as the bone, which is the most frequent site of spread, liver, lungs, and occasionally into the brain.
So with that being said, I hope that sheds some light on how metastasis is done.
When it spreads to the lymph node, now when it spreads to the other tissues, that's another story. But when it's spread, or the body gets it to the lymph node, that's so that the lymph node can do its work. and it's there to destroy those cancerous cells or damaged cells, toxic cells. That's its job, to remove the lymph node. It's just not what the body, not what it should be happening.
Right. And so
that's just me knowing what I know about why it's there.
So as a person who has a family member, my mother was a cancer patient, and they removed her lymph nodes, and it did not serve her. I will tell you that, because oftentimes we know that cancers and many types of disease can be attacked and remedied with the foods that we eat or the foods we stop eating.
Yeah.
Okay. So neither one of us are medical doctors, but we have personal experience from family members and years of research that we've also put into our fields because we are both clinicians. And I hope the doctor's idea of how it's carried, because that was the question, how is it spread? I hope that has helped you. Now, we may come back in another show and talk about that a little further, but we wanted to make sure we address that question. So I hope that helped you out with that question, Lori. And Lori Gendiza, that was an excellent question all the way out of Hawaii. There's some smart people over there in Hawaii.
Lori.
And Aya Blaine, it's good to see you. Aya said this is a very interesting topic. And wow, we are already at the top of the hour. I can't believe it.
Where did the time go? We didn't even.
Like Jay is here. He said, "Come on now. Good evening, ladies of vision and intense purpose. Continue to ignite." Yes, we are. And Miss Phyllis said, in relation to your comment to her question, this is what she said. Hillary, you want to read that?
No, it's too much in the mic. I can't see it. It's so I'm not on my laptop tonight.
Okay, so she said, yes, absolutely. I had my tonsils and adenoids removed when I was 9 years old. I still continue to have severe sinus problems as an adult. I ended up having sinus surgery about 10 years ago. Do you think a lack of tonsils and adenoids made my sinus system worse? Well, I would say,
yes.
It says, yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say this from personal experience. Again, we're not medical doctors. So the information that we're sharing, I want you to know that we are not saying that in any shape, form, or fashion, anything that we are saying is intended to heal or say that it is a cure. We're not medical doctors, so please consult with your physician prior to taking any supplements or doing any exercise. We don't claim that anything's going to heal you or prevent any ailments, but we do know this. We can speak from personal knowledge. We can speak because we've been there. So let me say this. I have a sister who had her tonsils removed. I had my tonsils removed, and she has suffered from sinuses problems for most of her life. She has had her nose broken and reset because her sinus problems were so bad. I have suffered from sinus problems and allergies, even though my tonsils were removed. So the question becomes, why are we removing things that the body needs? Now, as you know, Dr. Lamar Price was here with us not too long ago, and he also talked about that. He even talked about biblical information on why we should not be cutting on our bodies, and that's a topic for another time when Dr. Lamar Price comes back. But those are some fantastic questions. So thank you, Phyllis, for that question, because it does make you go,
Well, yeah. They're only doing what they're taught.
Yes.
And with the knowledge that they had. And yes. Even up until 2015, they did a research and a study, and they said, oh, there are lymphatic vessels that are in the brain, because they didn't believe that the lymphatic vessels went to the brain. Now, I studied in 2012, and I found out that it's all over the body, in all your organs and everything. But they just did a study and passed it out to the, allowed it to be published and but not to say that, oh yes, this is so. So it's stuff that they're just now allowing to be known amongst them, I would say.
Right. And now I really want to say that some things that I learned from you, Hillary, and many doctors around the world say this, but you shared this with us as well. Any noticeably enlarged lymph nodes are often an early diagnosis or sign of disease or infection. And this is why, folks, we have to pay attention to our lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system is almost like The Color Purple when they was down at the juke joint and they started singing and they was going over to the church and the lady said, I think God's trying to tell you something.
There's a buildup.
System is God's way of trying to tell you something, that something's going on in the body. But as Hillary was alluding to earlier, when she was shaking her head, the lymphatic system has a purpose. The lymph nodes have a purpose because they're designed to push these toxins and things out of our bodies. And without them, now this is a question, you might want to write this down so you can do some research yourself. Without our lymph nodes, what happens? Many cancer patients develop lymphedema. I know I have family members that have lymphedema, and some of you may have family members or know people that have lymphedema. If you know someone, if you're familiar with someone that has lymphedema as a result of having their lymph nodes removed, and now they got all this fluid built up in their arms, and they're uncomfortable because the fluid won't move without some type of apparatus on their arm or their leg or their stomach, put a number 6 in the comment block below and let us know. So, Hillary, what I know you've talked about this before, but this particular doctor talked about the fact that if the lymph nodes are enlarged, oftentimes or noticeably enlarged, oftentimes is an early diagnosis or a sign of disease or infection. What is your comment in relation to that? And thank you, Nanette. Good to see you. Thank you, Mary Jo. And hold on, we got a comment. So we're gonna take this comment from Mary Jo, and we'll get back to the kind doctor in a moment. So Mary Jo, thank you so much. And Nanette said, I had a lymph node removed from my right groin side it was the size of a grapefruit, and it was benign. What other causes does one suffer from the lymph nodes? Well, I'm gonna say this right quick. I'm gonna jump on this. When I was in boot camp, I had my lymph nodes swell right in this area, and the doctors, because this goes back to what you said, Hillary, the doctors only know what they're trained to know. And many of you know I was going to school for my doctoral degree, and when I was in Japan, and what I learned was that we have a book that is like a Bible to us, a DSM-5, because my background is I have a psychology degree. It's kind of our Bible, and we diagnose our clients, our patients, or what have you out of this book. Or that's one of our foundational uses of that book. And what I know is that doctors have a license to practice medicine. It's just like in any vocation, you practice until you get prepared. Not perfect, because no practice ever becomes perfect. I think once we've gotten to perfection, we leave the planet or something like that.
I think so too.
So with what I know about the lymph nodes, they felt it. My throat was sore. It didn't feel good. They asked me, do you have your tonsils? No, I didn't have my tonsils. But the lymph nodes let the doctors and let me know, hey, there's something going on in the body.
There's a buildup. There's a buildup. And see, the way I look at it, it sounds, I know sometimes I make it sound like it's too simple because they've complicated, they say they're complicated, but they made it what it is. But it's really, when I break it all the way down, there's a buildup.
Right.
of cellular waste. There's a buildup of trapped blood proteins, and when the protein comes out through the capillary and then gets trapped, fluid comes out with it. Water that's in the bloodstream goes behind it. So then if you get more of that happening and more of that getting trapped because your lymphatic system not working properly, you're going to have a buildup that the only thing they know to do with it is to remove them in most cases, versus working with the lymphatic system to get it reduced, to get it working so they can deal with it. That's what I was talking about, when the system gets overwhelmed. I knew a guy, worked with a guy, he was about I don't know if he was about 6 feet, but he was almost 600 pounds.
Wow.
And I was talking to him one day because, you know me, I wanted to pray for him. I wanted to, you know, because he was telling me his story, and he was talking about how when he would go to the doctors, he had clear fluid coming through his pores on his legs. That's lymph fluid. His legs were severely swollen and backed up until it was starting to come through his pores. The lymph fluid, it wasn't blood, it was clear fluid. That was lymph fluid.
Yeah. So
you know, and
yeah. So it's bounce time. I know, and people have we got people.
I'm sorry, folks, but that's why we bounce.
we got my one of my team members here and said, "Hey, it's bounce time."
It's getting deep.
We did have another question about lymphedema and cellulitis. So I want to bring that up, and then I'm gonna play something quickly for you guys. And I hope it answers the question that you have, okay, about the cellulitis and the lymphedema. Okay, so give me a quick minute, and we're going to put this up here for you. Let me go ahead and get this question, because Miss Phyllis said she wonders if cellulitis has something to do with lymphatic system. Well, I would say unequivocally it does, because there is a parallel between cellulitis and lymphedema, and I'll share that with you in a moment after Miss Hillary has her say.
And I just wanted to say, anything ending with itis is inflammation. You're talking about inflammation. If it's got an itis on it, you got some inflammation going on.
All right, fantastic. So I want to share this. This is from the Wheatley Clinic. And you'll see one of the doctors here is talking about lymphedema and cellulitis. Here goes.
It's Nina Sylvester and I'm 72. I love cooking and I love gardening. I've been in hairdressing since I was 15. And I had my own hairdressing salon for 30 years. So I've always mixed with the public generally and thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, I came to the Whiteley Clinic with what I thought was lymphedema, and in fact turned out to be cellulitis, thanks to the diagnosis of Mr. Price.
What Mrs. Sylvester is actually describing when she mentions cellulitis is an infective condition of the lymphatic system. Now that can happen in any of us, but once you've treated it with antibiotics, you're then left with the aftermath of a waterlogged lymphatic system. And so we go on to treat that with manual lymphatic drainage to completely decompress the system. And from there, then the limb isn't very heavy, and so therefore it doesn't restrict her in any way.
How did it affect me? The depression was awful because I couldn't use my right arm at all. And I have a small granddaughter who I couldn't lift or move. Cooking and gardening are my hobbies. I couldn't do either, and I was getting into a state of such depression. It was heavy, it was weighty, it was swollen, and it was just so unbearable, and I couldn't do anything. I came to the Whiteley Clinic because a neighbour came across because she hadn't seen me about. She was worried about me, and she could see I was really distressed. And I said I really couldn't find anywhere to go, and I wanted to go somewhere privately because I tried going somewhere else and it hadn't been successful. And she recommended me, because she also comes here, to the Whiteley Clinic. I came and had a consultation with Mr. Price. He sent me for ultrasound on both arms to Charmaine, and she gave him the results. I then went to see him again, and then he recommended me to Sarah. I had lymphatic drainage, which was incredible. It started off with the massage, and then she worked across my whole body from the left to the right, under here, down here. It's just managed to get rid of it.
So with that being said, you have to remember that it goes beyond just popping a pill, just working out. If you have a problem with your lymphatic system, make sure you jump on board. And if you need any information that we've shared with you tonight, don't hesitate. Reach out to us directly, and we'll be delighted to share this with you. Now, the comments that are made in the videos, we share this for educational purposes only. We are not medical doctors. We can't tell you that something or someone can heal you, but we can share our experiences with you, and we can share with you what we know works. Okay. So with that being said, don't forget to jump on board with Hillary, because she's starting a wonderful thing here. It's called FB Community. It's in the Facebook community. Transform your health and peace. Health begins with your words challenge, February 15th through the 28th. She's going to be doing that. So Hillary, you want to tell them that before we take a quick break, and then we are going to come back and start our bouncing as we take you guys out for the evening. Hillary?
Yeah, your health, I believe, begins with your words. The words you speak are vital to good health, because sometimes you're speaking words that you don't, oh, I'm so sick, oh, so-and-so died, oh, I must, it's going to come after me. We have to watch those words. We want to speak life, and we speak words so lackadaisical, like, we're not aware of the words. So during this 14 days, I'm challenging myself, and I want some others to come along with me. Challenge yourself to listen, to even be aware. What are you saying? Because listen, your words go into your future, and they wait for you. What's waiting on you?
Exactly. I love it. I love it. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and any videos I've shared here tonight, if you want these videos, again, reach out to me. Some of the videos are really exquisite. It even talks about the small intestine. It talks about the GI tract. It talks about distal proportion of the small intestine. It talks about Pryor's patches and things like that. So don't hesitate to reach out. And we have another comment before we go to a quick break. And she's Miss Weaver said, the Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. Yes, it does. And so with that being said, we're going to share some more power of the tongue with you all as we go to a quick break, and we will be right back. While sharing the positive energy to the world, Rubber Wellness advocates to empower people not to just experience this quality of living, but to also offer expansion. Expand your stream of income with joining our family, the Naturally Plus family, that offers a unique opportunity. Rubber Wellness. All right, so we are back, folks, and we are getting ready to start with our lymphatic bounce. And so we heard that some folks were concerned because they did not have, and I'm getting a little pixelated because I'm moving around a little bit, but they did not have a trampoline like Hillary or myself. But here's another thing that you can use. This is a ball. These balls are relatively inexpensive, and no, I'm not an affiliate of the company or anything like that. I'm just showing you because I use it. Because some of you may know I sustained an injury to my back some years ago, and when I was over in Japan, one of my colleagues, they were using a ball to reduce the pain and the inflammation on their tailbone and their lower back. as well as the pinch points in their glutes. And so what I recommend to people, if this works for you, if it resonates with you, try one of these balls and you can bounce it on it. So Hillary, I want to ask you this. I know with the trampoline, the lymph system is activated. What about when we're on the bouncy ball?
It also will help to activate your lymphatic system.
Okay, fantastic. So if you're a little nervous about being on the trampoline, because we always take these things in consideration, and you just want to be able to sit and bounce and feel safe and secure, well, your feet are on the floor. And that's the key. Your feet are on the floor. And guess what? Miss Phyllis says, I use the ball. Same with me. Physical therapy with the ball. So that's great. And so not only can you bounce on the ball, but you can lay on the ball to give that lower back a great stretch. Okay. And when you lay on the ball, you can stretch your arms out and things like that. So folks, if you are ready to get started, why don't you bounce for us? And Hill is going to count us off, because Hillary, a lot of people think they have to bounce for a long time, but is that the truth?
No, you don't have to bounce for a long time. 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes not even that much, depending on what's happening in your body.
Okay.
That's why I'm the lymphologist. So you guys, if you need to,
so you can
do some particulars, you can reach out to me.
And Lori says, yippee, Lori's ready to bounce. So let's get this party started. Here we go. Let me get us a little music going here. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're bouncing on the mini trampoline, your feet don't have to leave the mat in order for you to get benefit. You can lightly bounce or just bounce with your feet on the mat. If you have a bar, stabilizing bar, you can hold on to that lightly just for balance. You do it in between. If you're watching TV, do it when the commercials come on. Do it first thing in the morning, help wake up your systems, get all systems going. You could do it in the afternoon. Do it before you go to bed at night. You'll have a really good sleep. So if sleeping is going to having a restorative sleep is a problem for you, you want to make sure that you do it before you go to bed at night. Just a few minutes. Helps get you ready to get into meditation. Help to calm your mind, calm your body. Most of all, it helps to activate your lymphatic system. When you're doing that, all the cells in your body are being worked at the same time. Helping your brain, helping all your other organs, and helping all your cells to be revived. What you doing, Lotus? You're not on the ball.
Nope, but I'm dancing in place. And that's another thing, folks. Don't be afraid to just walk in place. If you want to walk in place, you don't have to be outside, because a lot of people are saying, oh, I need to go outside. I need to go to the gym. You can do exercise right in your house, because it's like my friend Jennifer McNeil always says, a body in motion. You've got to stay in motion. And that's why we try to make sure on Mondays, we help everyone help themselves get in motion. And like we said, you can use the trampoline, you can use a bouncy ball, or you can even use this. This is something that I put on the floor, and I just step on it. I tap on it. And it has these little prickly things that massage my feet as I step on it. It's like a pressure point massage where it's massaging the pressure points. So the name of the game is to stay in motion. And we see, thank you, some good tips. Also, Miss Phyllis says, what about ankle pumps?
Never heard of it. I don't know what that is.
Ankle pumps, they go around your ankles, and I believe the ones you're talking about helps to stabilize the ankle and to strengthen the ankle. If that's what you're talking about, yes, ankle pumps can be great because it will do just that. It will stabilize the ankle and it will build up the ankle because our ankles and our knees take a heavy beating, especially when we've been sedentary for so long and we've gained extra weight. We'll feel it in our hips, in our glutes, in our thighs, on our knees, and all of our ankles, because our body is like a puzzle that's been put together. So yes,
but when you're
Bill Jacobs here.
When you're bouncing, there's no impact on your joints.
Right.
That's important for people to know.
I like that. And Jill Jacobs Reynolds says lymphatic drainage is so important. Many people who have had surgeries don't know they have lymphatic blocks. Good information. Well, good on you, Jill. Thanks for highlighting that. Nanette Sanchez said, I need that pressure point ball, Lotus Roche. Share where you got it from. I got this from my big sister, Donna Carlott. I'm not sure where she got it from. Let me take a look on it. It's got a W on it. I don't know what that means, but actually she used this as a ball to sit on to relieve the pressure on her lower spine. But it's got these little prickly things on it. And so you know what? I said, I'm going to use this for my feet. And if you look at your feet has a lot of pressure points in your feet that connect with the organs in your body. And a lot of times we don't massage the organs in our body. And so the blood is stagnant and the organs in our body isn't working as well as they should be because we're not even getting the blood moving. So I'll try to find out where she got it from and just check back with me first part or last day of this week, and I'll see if I can get that information for you. All right. So we have come actually to the end of the broadcast. And I'm super happy that all of you were with us today. So Hill, what are your final words of wisdom as we get ready to head on out?
My words are always help your body, help you. You have a responsibility to your body. Your body knows what to do when the conditions are right. It will do what God intended for it to do. So when you activate your lymphatic system, when you eat the right foods, eat more fresh, natural foods, seeds, nuts, and fruit, when you get enough sleep, when you drink enough quality water like the Izumio water that's been infused with hydrogen gas to help all of the same things that the Izumio does to help your body. It's the same thing that bouncing on the mini trampoline will do for your body. So do what you can do to help your body help you live a more vibrant life, one bounce at a time.
Well, listen, I just want to say that I've had a great time, and my words of wisdom is keep on bouncing and don't stop until you get enough. And I want to thank, I saw Jill put in here Black Mountain Products, exercise balance stability disc with hand pumps. So there you have it. See what happens when we work together all around the world to help ourselves whereby helping other people. And so Nanette said, yes, I love the massage my feet because of the pressure points. Yes, makes your body feel very good. Hillary, thank you so much. Phyllis says she loves the show. Jill said, here it is on Amazon for $12.98. So make sure you go to Amazon. It's only $12.98. Okay, and I'll see if I can even pull it up. $12.98. You can't beat it. Go ahead and grab your Black Mountain disc, workout disc, I guess it's called. Let me come back and I can see it again. Go ahead and grab it. I'm going to put it right back up here so you guys can see it on the screen before we go. All right. It's a Black Mountain product, exercise balance. Okay. And hold on and I'll try to get it for you. Stability disc. I see it right here. Okay, so I've got it and I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see it. Thank you so much, Jill, for what you've done, making sure we got this product up. I love to give the secret sauce, and here it is. Here is the stability disc. Go ahead and grab you one. It's right here. You can get your disc and share it with other people. Make sure they have it. They've got them here for $12.98, $18.63. And no, I am not an affiliate of the company, but I am an affiliate of helping people help themselves to feel better and to live a more vibrant life. So thank you all for all that you've contributed, all that you've shared. Aloha to you, Lori. And we're super always happy to have you. And Jill, thank you so much. She's put in the links where you can get the information. So make sure you get that information. Can't do no better than that, right? And amen, sister. I have this product and my trampoline too. Well, good on you and good on all of you too. And so Hillary and I will see all of you on this coming Friday, as we come back with more news that you can use. So until we see you then, make sure you like, share, start a watch party, and tell a friend that we have more news that they can use. All right, Hillary, you ready to get it? Let's go. See you next time.
See you next time, everyone.